Hello ladies, gentlemen and metagamers. This is a follow-up to the previously asked community question, narrative travel roleplay and how is it handled. You can see that video on screen now, but this is just to give you a summary of what I thought was some of the interesting replies, and we did have a load of really good ones, and what I came away thinking I might do as a result of it. I was generally very puzzled actually. Now, one of the comments I really did quite like, and I'm only going to put him out by name because he indeed spammed me with some very, very good comments. Good type of spam, don't worry about it. Critical Fumble, who said that you should look at the road, perhaps, as a character in of itself and try and portray it. That a lot of things happen during the travel, the highs, the lows, the weather, and all of these things really, really help to accentuate RP. And I really do like the thought of doing it. However, I'd feel that maybe in some ways you're a better GM than I, because I don't think I'd implement it very well. I don't feel I've got the experience under my belt or the confidence or skill to make that interesting for long periods of time. If I were to portray travel in a truly long sense, as in to have like half the session just be travelling from A to B, if it's not scripted in there. There are some of you, for example, that don't believe in fast travel at all, but then there are others of you of the school of thought that think that a roleplay game should be like a movie and it should transition, next scene, done. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing the latter there, but I'm quite intrigued by this idea of the road having personality. I think it's something that feels worrying to me, but I wouldn't mind dipping my finger in to give it a go at least once to see how well I can achieve it. I don't think it's something I'd do every time, because I don't think it matches the style of the group, and one of our guys has ADHD, and he'd probably end up eating his chair once he's finished biting his nails down for something to do. Now, what I'm thinking I would do generally for, as in like the example of the trapped bridge, something might happen. It might break and give away or something. I do quite like the idea of just asking them to make the perception checks as they come to it. Or maybe even, like some of you said, drop them into a few dummy ones where there's nothing wrong and just watch them get all cautious because you've dropped them straight into real-time roleplay exploration mode and there is really nothing to be found. Just waste their time a bit to show them the futility of trying to second-guess you. It sounds kind of evil and mean as well, and kind of a waste of your own time, though. That's the only thing that concerns me too. But obviously GMs need their own fun from it. The one I suppose I like the idea of is taking all their sheets off of them and doing secret perception rolls on behalf of them. Obviously taking their sheets to take notice of whether they've got the focus or whatever system skills, or to give them bonuses to the roll, because you wouldn't know that just from like even asking them their stats. And you don't want to have to ask them if they have a particular skill in mind, because you'd completely clue them into what it is. And this whole sort of like forward advance thing, you could even get hold of that before the session, especially if you're the GM and you've got all the sheets. You could just do those rolls and make notes. So-and-so succeeded, so-and-so failed, 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 succeeded. And then find out their walking order, and if it matches up to the right sort of degree of succeed at the front, then the front ones would spot it. But if the ones that succeed are at the back, then hey, they might not see it, and the ones that failed would be at the front. So I mean, their turn order and everything. One actually that I do get to do to try and sort of speed up the game and get into the process quicker is actually pre-rolling initiatives. As soon as the session starts, before I've even really started saying anything, I'm saying, right, let's have your initiatives down, and out come the post-it notes and character name, initiative number, and I place them all in order. They don't know when that will apply, but it will apply, and if anything happens I can pick up a post-it note and replace it if there's a sort of missed turn or something that would give a bonus to it. I could just recross it out if there's like a modifier or something. And then obviously when combat starts, you don't have to say, right, roll the initiative, you're just jumping in, and very often someone tries to get a free bit of narrative play in, and they're trying to get that like free action in during the narrative. Have you ever had that? So you've got to quickly sort of like turn them back and say, no, that's now happening in combat time. You'll have to wait till your turn before you can do that. So yes, I suppose that's the way I like it. then to take it off of them, do the secret rolls, possibly even beforehand, knowing that those bridges are there, and maybe messing with them and dropping them in once or twice, just to screw with their minds. And then of course the idea that travel itself is a character is a very intriguing notion. Now, if you would like to give some examples of how you've done this, I say this to Critical Fumble, show us any videos of you GMing, doing this, then I would put that challenge out there to you and I'll feature it myself, because you have got me intrigued, I must say, with this style of GMing. So that's just a quick update on that. And until next time everybody, thanks for watching the videos of this series and I'll see you at the table.